My name is Katie. This happened to me when I was 15. I've never told anyone the full story, not even the police. Not because I was scared, though I was, but because I thought they'd never believe it. We lived in a small rural town in Pennsylvania. My mom worked night shifts at the diner. Dad left years ago, so I was used to being alone. That night was supposed to be like any other. I made popcorn, watched a horror movie, and was texting with my friend Lily when the power went out. That wasn't unusual out here. Storms knocked it out all the time. I got a flashlight, lit some candles, and went to check the fuse box in the basement. When I opened the back door, I saw it was already unlatched. That was weird. I always locked it, especially at night. I remember standing there, frozen, listening. The wind was blowing hard, and branches were scratching against the house. I told myself I'd probably just forgotten to lock it. But then I saw the footprints. Boot prints in the mud, leading from the woods straight to the door. I slammed it shut, locked it, and ran upstairs. I tried calling my mom, but there was no signal. No Wi-Fi either. Just darkness, the sound of wind, and something else. Something softer.
Floorboards. Creaking.
Upstairs. I was the only one home. I turned off my flashlight. I held my breath. The creaking got louder, slow, careful steps. Someone was trying not to be heard. I crept into the kitchen and grabbed the biggest knife I could find. My hands were shaking so badly, I nearly dropped it. The steps stopped. Then silence. I thought maybe I imagined it. Maybe it was the storm, or the house settling. Then I heard a whisper. A voice.
Male. Deep. Come.
He said, Katie. I dropped the knife. He knew my name. I didn't scream.
I don't know why.
I think some part of me knew that if I made a sound, he'd find me. So I ran, not upstairs, not out the front, but to the hallway closet near the bathroom. There was a loose panel behind the coats. My mom told me it used to lead to a crawl space. I'd never been in it, but I yanked it open and slipped inside. It was tight and dusty. I could barely move, but I could see through the slats in the panel. I waited. Minutes passed. Maybe more. Then I saw him. He was tall, wearing a dirty brown coat. His face was pale and long, and his eyes, they didn't blink. He walked slowly down the hall, dragging something in his hand. It was a hatchet. Not a big one. Just small enough to hide in a jacket. He stopped in front of the closet, right in front of me, and smiled. I don't know how, but he knew. He knew I was there. He leaned in close, so close I could smell the dirt on his clothes through the cracks. And he whispered, I used to live here. I bit my tongue so hard I tasted blood. He stood there for what felt like forever. Then, without warning, he started screaming, just screaming at the top of his lungs, slamming the walls, the door, the floor with the hatchet. He was trying to scare me out. It almost worked. But then, just like that, he stopped. Silence. No footsteps. No breathing. Nothing. I didn't move. I didn't even blink. Eventually, the storm passed. I heard the power flicker back on. Then I saw blue and red lights through the slats.
Police.
My mom had called them when I didn't answer. They never found him. Just the boot prints and the hatchet he left on the stairs. They said I probably scared him off. That he was just some drifter. But I know better. A few weeks later, I found something behind the panel in the crawl space. An old key. And a name carved into the wood. Katie. That house was never ours.
Not really.
He'd been there before. And somehow, I think he'll come back.